What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Tesla Talk Tuesday, where we are, unfortunately, Tesla-less. Yes, the second Tuesday that we no longer have the Tesla that is off to a new home, but I'm on the search for another car. And if you haven't seen my vlog as to why I'm not actually gonna get a Model 3 Performance right now, go check that one out. I would love to get a Model 3 Performance, but financially, it actually makes more sense. I've always wanted a second car, so right now I think it makes more sense to actually look for and try to find that second car and wait and get the Cybertruck later as my next Tesla vehicle. The reason is, if I did get a Model 3 Performance, whatever it would be, I would probably only have that until the Cybertruck came out, which means a year maybe, roughly, depending on when the Cybertruck actually comes out, and it just doesn't make sense financially. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Anyways, battery day is today. Right now it is before battery day, so battery day has not happened. I might add some stuff after battery day, so we'll see, more to come. Anyways, I guess by the time you see this though, I hope you've already seen battery day. If you haven't, definitely go watch it, because, well, I'll be watching it before I finish it. You get the point. Very exciting stuff. There were some leaks of the new battery cells that were gonna be coming out, roughly like 10 times the volume. So it should be interesting. Obviously the batteries are larger, but 10 times the volume, but could potentially be like more efficiency as far as like cooling and things like that. So right now, Tesla, I guess if all things stay exactly as they are, including Lucid's technology, Lucid has a more efficient vehicle right now. So it'll be interesting to see what Tesla announces today, but Elon did tweet, which kind of put a damper on the stock today. I think it was down like 20 points, or around 4 to 5% pre-market, and then just during the market today, basically saying that the technology that they're announcing today may not be at like full production scale until 2022. However, I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. He's saying full production scale, which means in my mind, if they were to implement this in like the Plaid Model S and X and the Cybertruck, it could still come out before then. It just won't be fully scaled up, meaning the new technology may not be in like the Model 3, Model Y, regular Model S and X versions until 2022, but as the Cybertruck starts coming out next year, or the Tesla Model S Plaid comes out maybe even this year or early next year, they could see that technology. It just won't be fully ramped up for like all of their vehicles. So I guess we'll see what they end up announcing, but that's kind of my takeaway. I'm still very excited, but nonetheless, battery day, 4:30 p.m. Obviously that has passed by the time you watch this, but either way, I really can't wait. I'm excited to see what they have to say, and excited to see how much more efficient this battery technology could possibly be if it's truly just going to blow Lucid out of the park, because Elon Musk is saying that this is going to be huge. Also, in other news, well, not really in other news, in Tesla news, Elon did send out an email. Obviously, it's getting to the end of the quarter. The end of September is the end of the quarter, and there was an internal email, this always happens, that got leaked, saying that they could hit record sales this quarter if they push really, really hard. So based on that, could have another record quarter. That means the stock could shoot up again. So based on what battery day does, based on the end of the quarter, we could either have two big catalysts to move the stock back to record highs, but only time will tell. So I guess we'll see what happens on that front. As I mentioned, I think a couple weeks ago, there was like an analyst looking at Tesla app downloads. So that kind of projected them to be at around like 140,000 deliveries maybe. So if that's the case, that I think would be another record. But I think analysts right now are projecting 121,000-ish deliveries. But you know, if Tesla really pushes, maybe they can get some extra stuff. Tesla recently, I guess, gave an option before the end of the quarter for people to purchase enhanced autopilot again. So basically, you had full self-driving, which was $8,000. So if you didn't want that, or you didn't purchase that yet, Tesla's basically saying, well, if you just want to purchase enhanced autopilot, it's only $4,000, I think, 4 or 5,000. Either way, significantly cheaper, almost half the price of the full self-driving package. Now, the only thing that enhanced autopilot doesn't have, compared to what full self-driving has, is the I think stopping at like stoplights and stop signs, and city steering whenever that comes out. Like, so it has pretty much everything else, like the summon features, stop and go traffic, all that jazz. So like, if you wanted similar features, like just get enhanced autopilot, it's half the price. I think you can probably upgrade to full self-driving at a later point in time. The point is, it gives you pretty much all of the suite of features, except for like stopping at stop signs and traffic lights, which that's neither here nor there. It is Tesla's attempt at getting some extra revenue before the end of the quarter to help pad that revenue and all of that income that they can have generated from that. But there was also a little hack saying that in the mobile application, they might be going to a subscription service. So I will be very curious to see, maybe today at Battery Day, they'll announce the pricing of that subscription service. What will full self-driving be a month? What is a price point that people would be willing to pay that makes it worth it? Enhanced Autopilot discount at least until the end of September is my understanding for current owners that don't have full self-driving or Enhanced Autopilot, and then potentially a subscription service coming soon. Now, some non-Tesla stuff. Nikola, CEO, whatever he is, Trevor Milton, stepped down basically because of all this fraud allegation and stuff like that. So he has stepped down. He's being removed from the company, and he still gets to walk away with like $3 billion worth of stock, which is ridiculous, seeing as how he basically misled investors. The stock crashed. I think it dropped like 20% on the news that he was basically walking away from the company. Basically, they have like no proprietary technology. They have made nothing. They just kind of had these deals with like GM and some other people to basically make stuff for them, and they really have no proprietary technology. They don't have any like proof of concepts even. It just seems like a huge fraud. So for all those people that were shorting Tesla, calling them a fraud and stuff like that, it made no sense. They had a product, they had revenue, they were making new products, and now they're selling hundreds of thousands of cars a year. I never really understood that. Whereas at least with Nikola, like they truly don't have any products. They have nothing. So like, they're the fraud, and clearly they are. Like, they're being investigated by the SEC, Department of Justice or something like that. So like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But either way, Nikola shares were tumbling. I'll be curious to see what happens with them going forward. GM, not sure what their due diligence was, but clearly something went wrong there. But GM, I guess, still has that stake, and I guess will be effectively making the Badger for Nikola. So I don't really see it as a Nikola Badger. I see it as the GM Badger, but it is what it is. And I'm not touching that stock with a 10-foot pole. It's not worth it. But if I were to take a side, it would probably be short. Now, for some non-Tesla stuff, in addition to Nikola, the Taycan. The Taycan in August 2020 in Europe was actually Porsche's best-selling car. That's crazy. So Porsche, like a driver's track focused, their 911 is their best-selling car, or was their best-selling car. The Taycan overtook that and sold more units than the 911. That's pretty crazy. To be fair, if you combine the Cayenne and the Cayenne Coupe, they do outsell the Taycan, but like they're still technically like different cars, I guess. Like you have different trim levels of the Cayenne, the Macan, the Cayenne Coupe. They are different like shaped roofs and things like that. But if you combine them, yeah. But the point is, if you compare the Taycan to the Panamera, which is probably the closest competitor, it's their other like four-door sedan, it just blows it out of the water. It just crushes it via sales numbers. So if you look at this graph, you can see that the Taycan did 1,183 new cars compared to the 911, which was the second highest at 1,097. Then you have the Cayenne, Macan, Cayenne Coupe, 718, and then the Panamera only selling 278 units. So like the Taycan is just crushing it. That's crazy. So Porsche, with all of their huge following and car enthusiasts and things like that, their electric car is actually sold the best in Europe for August 2020. So it is cool and interesting to sort of see the shift to electric cars. I mean, the performance, it's sort of undeniable, right? Like they're crushing it. It's awesome. The performance is insane. All right, guys. Well, Aston and I are just chilling here. We were waiting for battery day to start. As you can see, we get the countdown going. We're going full screen, but battery day, a little over 3 minutes left. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, we are watching the Q&A portion of battery day right now, but like regardless of what they said about the batteries, the biggest takeaway for me was at the end, Plaid mode Model S, over 500 miles of range. I think they said over 520 miles of range because I think the Lucid Air said like 517 or something. Laguna Seca, a minute 30.3 or something like that, something absurd. They said it should be the fastest car around Laguna Seca. 2-door, 4-door, doesn't matter. Fastest track record for a production car, period. They said they think they can get it down another 3 seconds, which is absurd. 0 to 60, less than 2 seconds. Basically, Tesla Roadster stats right there. I mean, this is crazy. It said late 2021. Should be available on the website. However, I went to the website right now. Wasn't seeing it, but it might be obviously available by the time you watch this video. Either way, that's ridiculous. Battery day. Overall, basically, they're bringing down the cost per kilowatt hour by over 50%. They're doing this by completely redesigning the battery, having a custom manufacturing process in-house that is completely sped up, sort of no slow points, which can be possible with the current tab way that they make batteries. They're going tabless. Basically, it allows them to speed things up, doesn't slow down the process of the batteries. Cheaper materials, changing out the materials depending on what it's being used in, things like that. So very fascinating stuff. Also, Model Y casting, single piece. This like decreases parts by like over 300 pieces, something crazy like that. They're doing basically their own in-house material that they've come up with to do this. And they're making the battery part of like the rigidity in the car. I mean, this is pretty sweet stuff that they're coming out with. Now, granted, you have to take it with a grain of salt. You probably won't see a lot of this stuff for about 2 to 3 years to like full like production capacity across all range of their vehicles. It seems like some of this, probably this battery technology at the very least, will be in the Plaid Model S's, is my guess, based on the fact that they're basically saying higher energy density is going to increase range, is going to increase performance, decrease heat problems, things like that, the necessity to cool. So the Plaid Model S is definitely sort of like a proving and testing grounds for a lot of this stuff. I'm thinking that part of it might also go into the Cybertruck. Both, I think, are slated for late 2021. So I'll be curious to see if that gets moved up. That would be awesome. But if not, late 2021, hopefully. And then they also said full self-driving within like a month or two. So very cool things coming out. Basically, the Tesla Model S Plaid is what kind of blew me away here. It's basically Roadster specs, crazy high range, end of 2021. So about a year out probably. I take that back. Plaid mode now on the website. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen here. Plaid, $134,490, but I assume that includes potential savings. $140,000. So it's only like $20,000 more than the original like Model S performances, but still $140,000. It's cheaper than the Lucid Air like Dream and the Taycan Turbo S, and it's gonna crush both of them. 200 mile per hour top speed, less than 2 seconds 0 to 60, 520 plus mile range. That is absurd. This is awesome. Quarter mile time, less than 9 seconds. Wait, that's actually crazy. Like, so the Lucid Air just posted a 9.9 second quarter mile. They're saying less than 9 second. That means an eight some second quarter. Wow, I guess that's, wow. I mean, I don't know what to say. It is a tri-motor, so it does say tri-motor all-wheel drive beginning late 2021. This will be pretty crazy stuff. So I am very excited for this. Obviously, it's not out yet, but yeah, about a year from now, we should be seeing some of these. Either way, that is pretty awesome. Again, that car will not be out until late 2021. I would love to get a Model S Plaid, but I cannot afford it. So I guess we're waiting for the Cybertruck, which will probably be out about the same time. Either way, very excited for all of this stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this Tesla Talk Tuesday. And until next time, guys. Oh, wait a minute. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate it. But until next time, thanks for watching.